Woo! My prediction was on fire with yesterday morning's video, but I'm getting crushed in the small account challenge, so I'm going to update everything. But first, Putin is shelling Ukraine. I mean, they attacked a nuclear power plant. Now, I've heard some people say now that Russia has control of this power plant, they can hold it over Europe as like, hey, you guys can't touch us because we have control of this power plant. So futures were up 0.5% at the time. It happened around 7 p.m. yesterday. As soon as it was reported, futures went from being up 0.5% to down 1.6%. That's 8 points on the SPY. That's extremely significant. Now, before I want to get into today's plan, I'm going to tell you about zooming out versus zooming in. Small account challenge going into yesterday. I was in Starbucks puts. I was looking for $90 on Starbucks. I made that very clear. $90, that's the exit. What happened when the market opened yesterday? It spiked up and I was like, holy shit, the small account, my account, everything's in trouble. So when it dropped, I sold, took profit. What happened? It dropped further. It dropped further. Today, it's probably $90. So again, zoom out versus zooming in. Talk about my two positions in my small account challenge. The first one being Carnival, because Carnival had a nice baseline yesterday at 1834. And then what happened after I gave the announcement? It dropped to 1818. It went back to 1840. Then it went to like 1806 and spiked to 1860. Now, when I entered the position at 1834, I said I'm looking for the SPY to recover and for Carnival to go up 25 cents, which it did. It went up 26 cents. Why didn't I sell? Because as I mentioned, I was using unsettled funds, so I could not secure a profit. The same thing with the SPY. I saw a little rebound at 2 o'clock. I came on my Discord and I said, geez, I don't get why this position is not profitable yet. 5 minutes later, boom, it spiked. I was up like 20%. Could not sell because I would have had a day trade violation. Anyway, I'm going to explain why I held overnight. I wasn't expecting Russia to bomb Ukraine's nuclear power plant. And as I said yesterday, right? I said I'm expecting either red yesterday and green on Friday, or green yesterday and red on Friday. I was expecting them to flip-flop. But because of what happened overnight, it changes my prediction. So I'm going to talk about what to do in the small account challenge, but also what's got me in a little bit of an uproar is I've had like 8 straight trades where I sell for 11 to 20% profit, and I miss about 30 to 40% additional upside. So that's why what happened to me yesterday is I basically got overconfident. I'm like, I'm going to be right. I'm killing it lately. So these are the positions I'm entering to. Now, what rule did I break? I tell you guys, when you're buying something, an option, stock, tell yourself a story. So the story with Carnival was it had a nice base. It usually spikes in the morning. Great. The story with the SPY was I came on yesterday and I said the markets are going to give back 40 to 50% of their gains. What's my story? There was no story. I was looking for a quick in because I saw the demand when I zoomed in 5, 10, 15 minutes. I was like, I know it's going higher. And I was right. It took about an hour to get higher, make 20%. However, zooming out, I already said the markets were going to throw up on themselves, and I was correct. So that position's extremely hard. So what am I doing this morning with those two positions? I am actually looking to sell on open. I am looking to take the loss, the small account from 1,000 to 2,000, which closed at 1,500. I'm like, geez, the best case scenario would be for me to start over. So if I can get $1,000 on open, I'm going to get it from my positions. If I do not get my asks, it's likely the account from 1,500 will open around like, I don't know, $600. If that is the case, I will remove my ask. I will reconsider and I'll try and get as close to that $1,000 mark as possible. Now, if I see the markets rebounding, obviously I'll hold, but that would be tough. Why would it be tough for the markets to rebound? And that's a great question, because let's put ourselves in the position of we are all big banks, big money, big hedge funds, okay? We've got this money on the side. We were buying last Thursday and Friday. Remember, pushed it up. Monday, what was the day we went up? Wednesday, it was just one day of trading. It spiked. We pushed it up there. Then we had this sell-off on Thursday, and we're going into this morning down 300 points in the Dow. The Nasdaq's down like 100 points. So I'm big money. You're big money. What are we saying to ourselves? Yes, we want to buy today because we were buying a few days ago and a few days before that. So we want to increase our position. But we're not going to purchase it open. Why? Because the markets are likely to drop. And we're looking for the best entry point as big money, right? As Wall Street, big money. So here's the point. There is going to be demand, but it might not be at open. So what are you expecting to see? Me, I'm expecting to see a nice dip at open and then almost like a quick recovery. So we're back even to where we open at, and then the markets have to decide. And again, I think there will be some buying today. I don't know, call me crazy. We know I'm a contrarian, but the jobs numbers came out at 8:30 and they were extremely strong for the market. So you saw futures from the Dow was off 300, tech was off, over 100 points. The Dow went from minus 300 to about minus 124. It basically paired its pre-market losses in half. So that tells me there is some buying. Let me just see. So again, have a plan. All right. When you enter a position, the SPY, I had no plan. Carnival, I had a plan. And then zoom in versus zooming out. Zooming in, if you're going for a scalp, yeah, you can make 10, 15, 20% if you get the right entry and exit. But when you zoom out, and I did a video Wednesday after the strong day in the market, and I said, are they fucking nuts? I said, the market's going higher. I'm going to buy SPY puts. I'm going to buy UVXY calls. What happened, Matt? I zoomed in instead of remembering the initial game plan for yesterday. The initial game plan for yesterday is I hope they push the market high so I can short the crap out of the market. But what did I do? Because I was in my Starbucks puts and I secured profit, it went lower, lower, lower. Because I had no position, I was looking to call the bottom. I was looking to catch the falling knife. Now, I had reasons to think that the turnaround was happening. I saw it in the market. However, the market's bipolar. So an hour later, after it looked like they were buying the market, they decided to sell the market. Now, they could do that because they can day trade their institutions as much as they want. Small account challenge was going to get screwed and hit with not one, not two, but 3 violations, which would have suspended the account. So I tell you guys, just secure the profit, secure the money, get violated, open up a new account. What did I do? The opposite. I said, you know what? I told them I was going to hold. I'm going to hold. So it went from 19 to 16 to 13, back to 15. That's where we closed today. Okay, let me see where we're in. All right, we're halfway through. Let's get some questions up here. Oh, one last thing before questions. Remember this chart from the other day? Yes, I saved it. I told you guys, this is what we like to see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, hey, it looks like it's going to rebound. And then it drops for some reason. What happens after that? People try and get in. Boom, boom. And then what happens? It falls further. So 3 days out, you're at a lower point, which is exactly what we're seeing. I'm going to give you guys one stock that I like going into today. This is NET, N-E-T. Let's just bring it up so everybody can see it. This is going to be stock only. It's now $102. Now, why do I like it? Because let's go back to the year. It's very bullish. It's a cloud computing service. There is heavy volume. I'm looking at this pullback to $80 was ridiculous. Then it was spiked all the way to 120. Then it pulled back to like $90, spiked back to 120. I'm looking for it to pull back again. I would love to be in here anywhere from like $94 to $96 would be a great entry. So I don't know if that's happening today with NET. Let's just get the name up there for everybody to see because it's at 102 pre-market and that's off 1.5%. So maybe it goes down to 99. So I'm not entering yet, but I definitely have aspirations to be into NET, D-Dog, a couple of the other plays that are involved. Okay, let's get some questions up there now and see what you guys want to do. All right, yeah, so Chris L., here's what we go. I'm going to take it one at a time. So commodity pricing will go up. Now, I mentioned this. I did a YouTube video the 25th of February. What happens if Russia attacks Ukraine? And I said gold, silver, commodities. And I mentioned wheat and grain. Now, if you guys didn't know, you can invest or buy futures, wheat and grain. They've topped out at limit max for the past 3 days, meaning there's only so much it can go up in one day. And wheat hit that pre-market yesterday, hit it pre-market today, and hit it pre-market 3 days ago. The point is, it can only go so high, and it maxed out each day. It's going higher. It's like gapping up. So yeah, so stocks down with elevated VIX. Okay, so does it hold? That's the question. So the question is, what is the market going to do today? So let's go, and let me just pull up the SPY on my phone real quick. And I already mentioned this yesterday to my group, and unfortunately, it's not good news. I mentioned I thought the SPY was going to move 8 points today. And that was at market close. I said that. I said the SPY would either go from 335 to 343 or from 335 to 327. All right. Now, without any Russia bombing a nuclear power plant, I mean, missiling it and all that guns and everything like that, I actually thought the market was going to go up today. And I thought it was going to be at 443. And I thought my small account for 1,500 was going to be north of $3,000. With that said, obviously, with Russia attacking and the fear instilled in the market and commodity prices going up, yes, I'm going to hold true to my prediction. 8 points on the SPY, a full 2%, and we're not there yet. Pre-market, the SPY is down 1%, which means there's still some ugliness to go. Now, just because I say the SPY can go down 2%, here's what I'm likely to happen. Now, I don't think the SPY is going to finish the day down 2%, and it wouldn't even surprise me if the SPY finished green today. So here's what's going to happen. Down 1% pre-market. Market opens, blip up, drop off, rebound a little at 10:15, drop harder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 a.m., the SPY will be down 2% at 427. At that time, they will likely push it back up to 431, push it back up a full percent. So today is going to be violent. That's why you're not to chase. Rule number one, if I'm telling you SPY's at 433, it's going to drop to 431, then to 427. 427, you could be buying, but you'll take a small position. Why? Because if it drops harder, plus these are day trades. If you're in at 427, goes up to 431, get the hell out. If you're like, yeah, it's going to 440, you're insane. The markets are violent. As many people that I mentioned want to buy the market and are looking at net and going, I'll buy net, I'll buy Carnival, I'll buy United Airlines. Same number of people are on the sidelines saying, I'm not buying airlines. I'm not buying anything in this market. In fact, I would short this market. So it's a mixed bag. All right, let's get another question. But volatility. So nothing's going to go straight down or up. Should I average down on my Carnival calls for the 11th? Yes, I wish I had an extra week. I know I'm going to be correct. So you've got an extra 6 trading days from today for Carnival. I'm telling you, I saw a base. There's a base at every level. Once it drops, every level. So yeah, I don't think it's going to go down much lower. Now, here's the catch to averaging down. Let's say you're in with like Carnival's at what, like 1765 right now. I would not go with $18 calls or $19 calls. I would be buying, me personally, $17 calls. Why? Because it's above 17. So as you get that positive movement, oh, it made $1 back. It's 19 next week. Those calls will be worth $2. What can you buy them for? You can probably buy them for, hey, what's up, Larry? You can probably buy them for under $1, looking for 100%. So that's it. I'm so glad you agree, buddy. Hey, let's get another question up there. So that's what I would do in Carnival. And if you want to give and play it safer, let's say you have bigger money. You're not a small account. You're not an active trader. You're a trader. You trade the market, but you want to make money. If you're not actively trading, you have a job, you have school, you have this, and you're okay to hold a position for a month, I would love to be in Carnival calls, $17 calls, and give myself 3 or 4 weeks. Why? Because Carnival could easily be at $21. And those same calls I'm paying maybe $1.30 for would be worth $4, giving me 200% profit. Would I enter into UVX puts today at the bottom? All right, so here's the problem with anything UVXY related. Here's what's going to happen. Now, UVXY will likely spike about 15% today. If the SPY goes to 427, like I said, it could drop to 424. If that happens and you're calling the top on puts, you're going to go into the weekend down 30%, and then you might even average down. So you might only be down 10%, and then you're putting it all on Vladimir Putin, which is what I did with my small account. I said nothing major is going to happen overnight, and I was wrong. That's why the small account, which doubled up, it went from $1,000 to $2,000. I was actually at $2,200 at one point yesterday, closed the day at $1,500 because I got greedy. I didn't tell a story of why I was entering the position. I zoomed in, entered in, and then I got screwed. All right, so I would not necessarily, I like UVXY puts, yes, but I wouldn't do that right now. We're playing the other side. So I mentioned this in a Wednesday video. When I say we're playing the other side, I mean every time the market spikes, we want to buy SPY puts. Every time the UVXY falls, we want to buy UVXY calls. Now, I mentioned that yesterday, and the UVXY fell to $18.06. It was time for calls. However, I was like, hey, I'm not really sure. It could go down to 1750. It would be much better to get calls at 1750 than it would at 18. And then what happened? It was spiked to 1822, then 1840. Yeah, I mean, okay, let's see. European markets are down 3%. Do I feel American markets will take the same portion? No. European markets and Asian markets follow us. We are the leader. So if you saw Wednesday when we had an extremely green day, European markets reacted the next day and they were green, but they were red going in. And if we had followed them, we would have been red on that massive buy day. So no, I believe American markets lead the way. Why? Because we have the most wealth in our markets in the entire world. When you look at other markets, the London market, the FTSE, the DAX, the German market, in size, they are so much smaller than us. Even the Chinese market, smaller than us. All right, let's get another question on there. So what do I think? Again, I've been looking at the SPY. It's 431.62. 431 is a support. So here's three things that can happen. 431, the markets could buy it open. Okay. Now, again, it wouldn't surprise me if we finish green today. I know I'm fucking crazy. Oops, excuse my language. Number two, the market could go 431, 429, and then go back up, or 427. But at 427, it could dive. If it breaks 427, it's going lower. You know how some of these guys come on here and they're like, if it breaks this, it's a call. If it goes lower than this, it's a put. I'm like, yeah, no doubt. It's like if I drive my car off the cliff, I'm going to be dead. If I stay on the road, I will make it to my final destination. So I'm not crazy when people say that. If it's above this, it's a buy. No shit. All right, MLVL. All right, Marvell had earnings. It's down 2%. Looking at the chart, it spikes up. They were buying it. I don't know enough about this company. The good news is for you, if they decide, if the markets turn around and I'm correct, from 63.81 where it is right now, it'll likely go up at least 6%. I would say between $66 and $67 if the markets stabilize. If the markets do not stabilize, and they don't like earnings, you'll go from 63.81 right now, more than likely to $61 and change at some point. So there are your two ends of the spectrum. I don't know your company that well to give you more information, and I didn't read the earnings report. Let's get another one. All right, thoughts on Tesla. See, Tesla, I know a lot better. So let me just, you know what? Let's do it together. You guys are sticking with me. I'm going to give you guys 2.5 more minutes. Why not? Because I like when I can help you guys. All right, so let me pull up the Tesla chart. Give me 1 second. We'll go to the 1 month chart. Okay, let's add it on here. Come on, there it is. Can we get rid of that question, Carlos, just so I can see the chart better? I'm assuming you did. I'm not really looking. All right, so Tesla, huge support. And again, green candles are inflow, red are outflow. You can see the size at the bottom. Hopefully everybody can see this right here. I'll move it up a little. So they were buying it on the 24th at sub 800. They were selling it yesterday and 2 days ago, but volume was so light. So yeah, I mean, what's likely to happen is Tesla's likely to bounce, meaning it's likely to drop. Just like I said, the whole market is likely to drop an extra 1% at open and then bounce up. So let's go to the 5-day chart right here. Where's Tesla currently sitting at? I'll give you a very specific. All right, it's off 0.8. So yes, it's likely to drop to maybe 826 or something like that if I had to ballpark it. Now remember, my timing's not perfect, but my numbers are pretty good. So I would say on the low side, 824 to 826. And then if the market does bounce, I'm going to expect Tesla to be green today. And if it bounces, I'm going to put a number of, okay, we were green right there. So I'm going to say 860. So we're going to go from right now, 833. We're going to touch 826 and finish at 860. Or we might not finish at 860, but at some time during the day, I believe we're going to touch 860. That's unless, if I'm completely wrong about the market just takes a shit on itself all day, can't help it. But again, they were buying last Thursday. They were buying on Friday. They were buying on Monday. Remember, I was saying, why are they buying this? I would be selling the shit out of this market, and they're buying it. So, and then we got Wednesday when the market exploded, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I came on and I said, Carlos, is this the start of a bull run? No, here's what happened. Wednesday was one single day in the market. that people thought the market was turning and everybody wants to be first in line. So there was tons of FOMO and it kept rolling over. And I said, after Wednesday, when I shot my yesterday video, in fact, after this, check out yesterday's video just for shits and giggles, because I was like, woo, I can't believe I'm shooting my video so early. The market's going to fall on Thursday. And then on Thursday, futures were up. The Dow was up 200 points pre-market. Tech was up 100 points. And I'm saying, I expected the markets to drop 50%. What the heck's going on? So again, if you follow my strategy, if I followed my strategy, when it spiked, I'd be dropping. Sorry, just top 10. Y'all getting small account positions right open. So yeah, okay, let me recap that small account challenge. My small account challenge, which I doubled in 8 trading days from 1,000 to 2,000. I got greedy yesterday. I was at 2,100 and I bought some Carnival options, 7 contracts, which if I just held those contracts, I'd be down maybe $150. I'd still be above 2,000, but I didn't. At the same time, or 10 minutes later, I said, you know what? If I'm going to be right about Carnival, which I am going to be right, I'm just so overly confident. I'm like, the SPY could easily turn around at 437 and pop end of day to 441. It's going to either pop or give back. And at the time, I thought 70-30 it was going to pop. So what am I looking to do with those? I looked at what the other contracts are selling that are like $3 up or over. And then I put my ask in a little higher. So right now, my positions are worth $1,500. I said to myself, if I can secure and get out of my positions completely and be at $1,000 again, so basically restarting the challenge for myself, even though I'm in positions right now, I'm looking to take a $500 loss today on the small account. I would be like, hey, get me the hell out. If I can get out at open and not have to worry or stress all day, yes, give me $1,000 for my positions. If they don't execute at open, if no one's paying my ask at open, because remember, the market's volatile open and go boop, 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 every stock, up and down, up and down. So I'm basically like, during the up, if a computer or a person says, I will give you your ask, I will get out and be happy. Now, if that doesn't happen and the market opens in 10 minutes and my account opens at like 690 or something like that, off like $800 today, the small account, then I'm going to say to myself, I'm not taking 690. I'm not going to scare sell. Do I think the markets get worse? Yes. So they drop and then I'll wait for a recovery. And again, if I'm in for 690 instead of getting $1,000, then I'm going to try and get max value. If they're going to make me hold my contracts and I think I can get over 1,000, then shit, I'm going to get over 1,000. Remember, it's risk versus reward. So the reason I would sell it open is the possibility that the account goes from 1,000 to 500. Now, if that does it, right, 1,500 to 500. So it's at 1,500. If I can get 1,000, the chance that I get 1,500 versus the chance that I can get 500, it's about 50-50. And I always tell you, risk versus reward. The reward should be at least 2-to-1 in ratio. So if I was risking 500, I should be rewarded by at least $1,000. And that's not the case. If I get out at 1,000, it could easily go 500 or 1,500. If I thought I could go back to 2,000 today, I would say risk versus reward, let me hold. But the point is, I don't think that's a possibility. If I had an extra week, say I bought out the SPY till next Wednesday and Carnival out till next week, man, I wouldn't even be sweating at all. I'd be like, whatever, man, bad timing on my part. In fact, if I had extra money on the side, I would average down. All right, everybody, let's have a great day trading. Go kick some ass today. Follow the rules. No FOMO. Remember, whatever you see happening in the market, there's generally a fake out around 10:15 a.m. So if the market's taking a dump, it looks like it's going to recover. Don't believe it. If the market is strong and then all of a sudden, like say they're buying into the open and the market's flat and all of a sudden at 10:15, you see it go down a little, don't get fooled. It'll still probably be strong. So again, that's my only lesson for you today. Run with it. Have a great day.